Hi, Catherine.
Hi,
How are you doing?
good. How are you?
I'm doing great right now. I'm very happy because Jen just got back to me, so everything is in place to get all the social media posts done. So I'm
So,
now
social media posts for
application.
the applications, excellent. And then maybe, and is she going to share them on the Wakefield Town of Wakefield site?
Yes, yeah, because I'm gonna finalize them tonight because she sent me the updated logos, and she fixed the link to the applications. So once I have that, then she's gonna share it with everything, and we can put it on our social media too.
Okay, great. Isn't she the best?
Yeah, I was so happy, and I felt so bad because she had an IT problem all weekend, so she couldn't access any of her files.
Can you
Um,
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
All right, so we're only waiting on Vanessa, and then we can get started with the meeting because I don't think that Ahmed or Ala will be able to make it today.
okay, you guys don't mind while I make dinner for my family and listen in, do you?
No, of course not. Yeah.
Is Vanessa coming?
I sent her a text message. I the doodle poll said that she was available at this time, so I assume that she'd be able to come. So
Okay. I mean, if
yeah,
not, I would give her, do the 7 minutes, so 2 more minutes, and then we can still kind of come up with a plan with Madeline
yeah,
and yourself and myself.
Yeah,
'Cause-
definitely, because I definitely have a lot of things that on my list of stuff to talk about.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So if she, even if she doesn't come in now 1 more minute, then we can kind of come up with a plan.
Yeah. So it's 5:37 right now, so we can start discussing. Um, so the things that I wanted to update all of you on are, so first, like I said at the beginning, Jen was able to send me the updated youth council logos, which I needed for the flyer. And then she updated the one that we also used last year as like just supplemental to the initial flyer. So why don't I share my screen right now so I can at least show you it. I'm gonna send it in an email later after the meeting. But just so that you guys can see it right now too. There we go. Can you guys see that?
Yes. Yep, that looks
Perfect.
awesome.
Okay.
That looks great. Did you make that?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah, that
Thank
looks
you.
awesome.
Yeah. And it follows everything in the town style guide, and and that QR code goes directly to the applications portal. So it's and so that way people going through the hallway, anything that they're doing, they can quickly scan it. So that was yeah, so that's great, and it'll be finalized by tonight because I just have to update a few things. So I also
Will Jen put that on the kiosks, the electronic?
yes, yeah, she said that that because I did it 8.5 by 11, so that way we can print them out and hang them up as or like normal flyers. And she said that from that she can alter it to be 11 by 17, which is what goes on the kiosks around town. So that's perfect. And then I also got 2 responses so far from our youth council alumni, former communications chair Alyssa Toppy, and then our chair from last year, Lauren, have both responded with really great quotes. So those will be also going out as social media posts too. And so with all these posts, the posting calendar will be updated regularly. Actually, I'm gonna put everything out there tonight, so that way everything can be there, so that way we can post on Instagram and Facebook at the same time too. Because there's just gonna be a lot of stuff to make sure that we sparse everything out. Does anyone have any questions on that? And then
Is
so
Jen gonna share some of those posts on the town? Is there a way to post on the town's Facebook page too?
actually that's a good question. I'll follow up with her about that right after this meeting. I'll send her an email with the completed flyer. I'll ask if she can post it on the town Facebook page. So and then so now that the flyer is going to be finished, I have the email sitting in my drafts folder, but to the Wakefield patch reporter, so that way that can go up on patch with the flyer. And then the link was also updated. Jen updated it because it was like youth council opportunities before, and now it says youth council applications, so that was fixed. I have reached out to the Galvin and high school morning announcements and administrations. So they're on the high school morning announcements. I'm not sure if they're on the middle school morning announcements. I didn't receive a response back from Mr. Tetrell or Mrs. Webb.
Did you try emailing Miss, who's the other assistant principal?
Miss Bailey.
Yeah, did you try?
Okay. Okay, I'll do that too. I'll
Madeline,
forward
do
them.
you know her?
Yeah, she was, well, for like I ended up switching teachers because I went fully remote, but she was one of my teachers in 6th grade.
Okay, all right, yeah, because that could be a person that maybe you could do a personal email being unless you knew her, Ali.
No, I don't know her. So Madeline, I can forward you that email, then you can forward it to her.
Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
Better, yeah. Yeah, I'll get that to you right after this meeting. So, of
Perfect. Thank you so much.
course. And so I also reached out to Mr. Pavey, but he also didn't get back to me about meeting with him during this meeting, actually, and then telling all the history teachers from 7 through 12 about the opportunity. But I did what I'm going to do after this meeting, I'm going to email Miss McLeod and possibly follow up with the Galvin administration, asking them to just almost like email blast it out to like the respective classes that could be interested in this, just so that they have an opportunity to really look up close at the flyer, see some of the information like up and close in front of them on an email screen. So I think that would be great, especially if it's coming.
Yeah, I almost wonder too, for like the high school, like if there's, some like selling points that she could highlight in the, opportunity to increase your leadership skills, build your resume, like 3 kind of phrases to put in the heading.
I was actually going to ask Catherine, do we get volunteer hours for this?
Yeah, I could definitely write you letters for like National Honor Society and things like that.
Because I think that could be a driving thing for some people, where really like we do a lot, but it isn't just super time consuming. Like you can kind of you can make youth council kind of how involved you want it to be. So I think that a lot of people, knowing that they could get volunteer hours for it, would be more driven towards it. I was also going to ask, does it have to be an official, we ask, or someone in administration asks the teachers? Because I was going to say, if we talked to some teachers about telling their classes, I feel like that might get them to do it more than an email.
Yeah, I actually, last year I emailed my history teacher, Mr. Moody, who's also the head of student council, and he put it on the student council Google Classroom.
Yeah.
So that's a great idea. I forgot about that. So yeah, we can, and I forget, you have Miss Cummings, right?
Yeah.
As history, yeah, and maybe she can, and Mr. Moody, they can share it within the history department, because Mr. Moody is also the department coordinator.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would be a great thing to do. So
maybe that's who we have a meeting with if we can't get anywhere with Mr. Pavey. Does Mr. Moody teach civics?
I believe he teaches US history.
Yeah, he teaches world and US history.
Yeah.
Do you know who teaches? Is there a civics class or anything like that?
They have AP government, and I feel like that might be the closest thing to civics. And that's Mr. O'Brien, but that's a senior course.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so that's great. I'll definitely reach out to him. And beyond that, I feel like that's the furthest that we can go. I don't really have anything else than that to talk about. Do any of you have anything more that we could potentially do?
Yeah, something that I had brought up at another meeting was the lunches, potentially having one or two of us sit, and we could even rotate depending upon which lunch people have, but just having that people sit at that table And I'm not actually sure. I saw a bunch of people at that table today. I'm not sure what that was, if they were selling tickets for something or what it was. But I think that that might be a good, like if we had the tablecloth and had one or two of us sitting over there at each lunch, I think that might get more people talking.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea too. I also saw that. I don't know, they might be selling tickets for senior prom. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, I was like, I didn't hear an announcement, so I wasn't sure.
yeah, I thought that prom tickets had already ended too, but I think that might have been what they were doing, but we can definitely reach out to administration about that too.
Yeah.
The last thing that I just wanted to say quickly, Catherine, do you think that you could get the flyers once they're done printed out so that way we can hang them up in the schools, like we did for the Veterans Day cleanup posters?
Yeah, I can get them to the schools probably by Thursday.
Okay.
Well, I can drop them off tomorrow or Thursday.
Okay, yeah, the sooner that we can do that, yeah, because they also have to like stamp them and then we have to hang them up. So
Well,
yeah,
if you email it to Karen Fitzpatrick to get Doug or Kara's approval now,
okay,
then, and you can CC me on it. Then once Kara, you could put, do you know, Kara, the assistant superintendent, because Doug's Mr. Lyons is out of town.
okay, yeah, I'll email her, Kara Fitzpatrick.
Or you just email me with it and I can,
Okay.
I'll email it. Yeah,
Okay, thank
Karen
you, yeah.
Fitzpatrick, yeah. So just email me after you're done with this and I'll email for permission to do the flyer.
Okay, yes, yeah, that's perfect. Okay,
And
thank
then,
you so much.
then we'll get those printed up.
Okay, that's perfect, thank you. And that's all I have on applications. So that was the main focus of today. Is there anything, any of you want to say anymore?
My only other question for you guys, I had actually brought this up. What would you think, because it kind of along the lines of having like a school advisor that helps with the youth council as well? Because one of the things I was thinking about is like the tie-in, you know, how students do civics projects and stuff. And I was thinking it'd be really great if there was someone at the high school, like a teacher who was also connected to the youth council, hopefully like a history or social studies teacher. What would you think of that? Because then they could help you guys with in-school type things.
I think that would be a great way to like bridge some of the stuff that we do at the town level to the specifically with the schools. I feel like that would be great.
Or even if you had an idea during the school day and you happen to see that, you know, it might not necessarily be things that we have to do in the school, but you have a person in the school that you can go to or talk to about youth council related stuff.
It
Yeah,
also just generally expands our resources and connections with people around town, and where so much of the stuff that we do ends up involving the student, it all basically involves the students. I think that having a direct kind of line of access to them would be really good.
Yeah, because I was thinking about like the youth action team, they have an advisor at the middle school and the advisor at the high school, and it's super helpful for them to have someone within the school to help, even though the person that runs it is outside of school. So I was thinking about that, and I actually asked Mr. Mayo if that would be okay. And he said he thought so. That would be good. So that would be, I think, a great added piece to, you know, making our youth council even better.
yeah, definitely, I agree.
And they could also help with recruiting too in the future.
Mhm.
So I would just need to, like, I would probably need to pay them a stipend and things like that for their time and everything, but I could do that. All right, so maybe, yeah, I'll pursue that a little further.
Yeah.
Okay, well, great job, you guys.
Yes, definitely. I'm very happy with how this has been working out so far. So thank you.
And Ollie, all your work has not gone unnoticed. You have a lot of fans at the town hall. Sherry, Jen, they're all like, wow, does he do a lot? So you have a lot of people, if you ever want to do an internship or anything, you have a lot of people that you can talk to.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
And you too, Madeline, amazing work. Both
Yes,
of you guys are
definitely.
shining stars.
Thank you. I'll be sending in, it was on my to-do list for today, but I may end up sending in my reapplication tomorrow because I've got a lot of
Okay.
homework to do, but
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Well, thank you guys so much for your work. I cannot tell you how, I'm just proud of you and how just amazed I am with all that you do. So thank you.
Thank you for being such an amazing advisor.
yeah.
Couldn't do it without you two.
I don't know about that. I'm not, but all right. Well, thanks, guys. Have a good evening, and hopefully you don't have too much homework.
Yeah. All right, you too.
Thank
All
you
right,
so
take
much.
care.
Have a good
All
night.
right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.